When this draw was made, I said this could be one of the best matches. Forget our best ties. Two matches. As things have happened, Lucien Favre being sacked, Sevilla playing even better, it now looks as if Sevilla are the strong favorites. But just as I was creating the lineups and so forth, I was like, but the talent that Dortmund have is there. If these guys just click, we can be in for a classic. If they don't, then this is easy pickings for Sevilla. But if that Dortmund team click, I think and I hope we could be in for a classic game. And I hope and I pray for us for football merchants that we are in for a true bona fide classic, man. Let's get it.
Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H.
So let's roll first with I believe this is Sevilla. So we're rolling first with Sevilla here. So Mr. Bono in goal, Escudero, Vidal, I think it's Dale Carlos, Kunde, Jules Kunde, quality player. Fernando, the DM, Rakitic and Jordan, the two central midfielders. The two attacker midfield, Suso, specifically Gomez, and Enesri. So again, this is, I think I got this from Sportsmo, who this is the predicted lineup. Because I was thinking Luke de Jong. But look at all the goals that Enesri scored. I think he scored 2 goals in their final game away to Rennes. I think you have to choose between Enesri and Luke de Jong, and you only have one striker. I think you roll with an Enesri, who should have scored that 1v1 in the Super Cup against Bayern. Huge. Gomez is going to be huge, and I think that what he does here is going to be massive, and I think he could be the real difference maker for Sevilla in this game. You already know how strong this midfield is, specifically with Rakitic, and these guys are going to be key as well, both Kunde and Escudero, and them bringing the ball up. And this is a pretty solid defense, but a defense who will now have to cope with the movements of Erling Haaland and the goal potency of Haaland. So for Vidal and Carlos, it's going to be interesting to see how they cope with the presence of Erling Haaland and the kinds of balls that they now have to deal with from a Gio Reyna, a Marco Reus, and a Sancho. Makes things so super exciting. But I think for Kunde and for Escudero, they will now obviously have to be wary of the pushback and the transition from a Reyna or a Reus, but a lot of Sevilla's game is predicated on what Escudero and Kunde do, specifically with them bringing the ball up, but the passing game. Sevilla are a very pass-minded team, so what Lopetegui is obsessed about. So it's about connecting from here, Rakitic, Jordan, to Gomez and Suso, and how good Gomez and Suso do in this half space and how they provide for Enesri. So for Sevilla, they know that they are playing at home and they're looking for a big win. Look at what they did to Barcelona in the Copa del Rey, 2-0, nice easy pickings there for them in the Copa del Rey at the crib. So they will be looking for that key win, but they know they're facing a tough opponent. And if Lopetegui is smart, forget what they've been doing in the Bundesliga. Look at Liverpool, horrible in the Premier League, got that dub again to Red Bull Leipzig. So he will know that, look, it's still a team that have very talented players and a veteran in there as well. So he would just say, be wary of the threat, but impose the game. Because if we impose the game and play our game to the best of our abilities, we can truly 100% say what's up. And now for Dortmund. Sorry. Okay, let's bring that Dortmund up in this. So, for Dortmund. So, I think they have this guy called Hitz in as keeper, because I think I forgot the name of their normal keeper, who I think might be injured. So a bit of a makeshift defense. So I think Piszczek might be out. Well, he's not. So Chan is now is going to come in at right back. Guerrero, we know, Hummels, Akanji. Double pivot there of Delaney and Bellingham. And so obviously remember, so this is the protected lineup that they gave. So Sportsman just gives the names, it doesn't give the formation. But based on the names they've been given, if Royce doesn't play, then Gio Reyna is normally, I think, the guy in the number 10 position here. But if Royce is playing, I think 100% he will play here and literally just in behind Haaland. And I think Gio Reyna will now push out wide right and Sancho obviously be wide left. So for Dortmund, I just think the key thing is not to self-destruct. Don't make any mistakes, and Delaney and Bellingham are going to be very key. Not necessarily with them with the ball, but then without the ball. Playing away from home against an excellent passing team, a team that are very, very intelligent on the ball. Delaney and Bellingham will be very important in looking at interceptions, breaking down the supply from midfield to attack, but also helping and assisting Hummels and Akanji. Akanji is somebody who I'm wavy with. Hummels is experienced, but there's always a mistake in that dude. I think in transition, because the transition will be there, the space will be there because Sevilla will want to push up. It's not going to be key for Guerrero and Chan when they have the ball to really be able to do something with the ball. I think for Guerrero, he's going to be more key than Chan because Guerrero's delivery with the ball, I think I have more faith in that than Chan's delivery with the ball. Chan, I think he is a midfielder naturally, but I think he's like an okay right back and so forth. But I think, there's maybe it's just the manager and the coach, hence why they're bringing in Marco Rose next year, because this is a nice four-piece. You know what Haaland's goal-scoring acumen is like. See what's up in a CL semi. Sancho, when he plays well, he's a quality player. You know what Royce can do. You know what Gio Reyna can do. You see, I would love Sancho here because he played this position in the first leg against PSG. But I think even if we roll with this, if the manager is smart, I think he will want to instruct for them to be fluid. So if Royce hands the ball, Sancho, come in deep, and let Chan and Guerrero try and create much more of a space and create more options, But I think what they definitely want is don't leave Haaland by himself. Reyna, make a run into the box. Royce, make it late. And, Royce is quality at doing this, making those late runs into the box. Haaland runs in the box and trying to get that shots through. And for Sancho as well, look at those easy pickings, get that ball, size up your defender, cutting on the inside, look for a shot, or look to try and move the ball either to a Gio Reyna or a Chan out wide. But I think it's going to be quite key to see what Sancho and Guerrero can do and how they can combine on this flank. So for Dortmund, I think the key here is not to completely fall apart, which is what the danger could be. Because if they allow Sevilla to be comfortable, play their game, move the ball around and get into their rhythm, I think Dortmund are going to be crushed. So for me, it's going to be Delaney and Bellingham are going to be very key, not to be complete. They're going to be dominated to an extent. It is what it is, because I just think Sevilla's midfield is of a higher level than them. But stay in the game. Make it as difficult for Rakitic and Co as possible. Make it as difficult for Gomez and Sousa as possible. Because if you even go back to Sevilla now, man, right here. I hate when this happens, man. You know where I'm looking at. So we go back to Sevilla. I think that I think this is what is going to really be a danger for Dortmund is when Gomez, Suso get the ball, Rakitic pushes up, and you're having this overlaps from Escudero and Koundé, because I think that Sevilla will have more possession. Sevilla will control the context of the game. So Dortmund will just have to counterpunch them. So for Sevilla, I think their main aim is just to stop the transitional threats that Dortmund will have and ensure that Royce and Gio Reyna don't have a running game. They don't give them space and make it as tight as possible. So I think the pressing and getting in the faces of Reyna and Royce will be key. Because if they give them space to run, or if they create a 3-on-3 situation, it could be very bad. So I think Fernando will have a huge role, a massive role in really intercepting, stopping play, tactical fouls, and ensuring that Dortmund do not get in potentially dangerous situations. But I'm very excited to see what Gomez does and how, because again, he's already scored with an amazing goal from outside of the box. But I want to just see how he does in this game. But I think we could be in for a real classic. I think we could be in for a real classic here. And I think it's just dependent on what Dortmund do. Two things would happen. Either Sevilla totally just dominate and beat Dortmund up, or Dortmund show up, and I think we have an exciting game. I'm tending to lean with, I think Sevilla are gonna, not to destroy them, but I think they'll beat them. So I'm looking at a 3-1 to Sevilla. I'm looking at, I think Dortmund will score, and I think Haaland will score. But I think we could see a 3-piece. I think Sevilla are going to put a 3-piece suit on Dortmund, and I think that they're going to take that into Germany. And for Dortmund, they just have, I think Dortmund know that they've got to score. They will concede. Dortmund are conceding. This game isn't ending 0-0. Sevilla are going to score goals. Sevilla are scoring minimum 2 goals. Minimum 2 Gs. Dortmund need at least a goal. Then they need to just say, man, can we get a second or something? So the onus is on whether Sevilla will show up. Will Dortmund show up? I'm sticking with a Sevilla 3, Dortmund 1. Join me on Twitch. I'll be live on Twitch, live from kickoff. Join me. Let's talk. Let's react to all that stuff, and let's make sure it goes down, man. Guys, peace out. Stay true. Stay real, and let's hope we get a classic CL game. Become a Patreon member. Get access to my blog, get access to exclusive videos, and also get access to the podcast, to the Saturday and the Sunday hangouts. Head over to patreon.com/halfup to gain all these goodies while also supporting your boy HH.